All right, here we go. We are going to go ahead and start off in child's pose. So let's come on around into a nice lazy tabletop here, bringing the toes together, knees mat distance apart. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale, sink right on into your child's pose. You can get a little passive about this here. If you'd like to bring your arms to your side at first, you can, or nice and long out in front of you, whatever feels good for you. If you can get your forehead all the way to the ground, let it rest right there. Otherwise, go ahead and bring a block under your forehead. Take a nice big deep breath in and exhale. Let your hips sink towards your heels. Let your hands relax. Arms will soften. Shoulders relax and melt away from your ears. Relaxing through your chest and then through your belly. Softening even more through the hips. If your forehead's on a block, you can go ahead and gently massage your forehead from side to side. Rock that forehead. And then we'll go ahead and come back into stillness and just take a little rest. From here on your next exhale, plant your palms into the mat and inhale, come on up into a cow. Lift that chest, pulling it forward, pushing into the ground as you lift your heart up, gazing up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, pulling that heart back through the shoulder blades, sliding the hips back toward the heels, nice and gentle. Inhale, coming back up into cow, pushing into the earth. And exhale, rounding through your back. Taking your time, you can move through this little cat-cow mashup. Nice and slow. Warming up through our spine. We're warming up our knees. Our arms are warming up. We're warming up our glutes. Getting a little bit of everything here in this nice, gentle pose. One more time. And then we'll go ahead and come right on into tabletop, bringing our knees right below our hips. Hip distance apart with those quads. Arms are coming straight out of our shoulders. Nice elbow under the shoulder, wrist under the elbows, pressing into those palms. Spinning those triceps in towards your body here. Pull that belly button in to flatten out through your back. Bringing your head into neutral. Tops of our feet are flat on the floor. Big breath in, big exhale out. Big inhale. Nice big exhale. With your next exhale, we're going to anchor into that right palm, getting nice and strong through that right arm. And then inhale, send the left arm up. And exhale, sweeping it through for thread the needle. Gently come to your cheek and your shoulder. This should not hurt your neck, so if you need some support for your neck to go ahead and grab it. And you can stay right here if this feels good, or opening up that left shoulder. Otherwise, you can bring that right arm out over your ear, or wrap that right arm around your back, seeing if you can get that right hand into that left hip crease. Taking a nice deep inhale, and with your exhale, roll that right shoulder open toward the ceiling. If it gets to be uncomfortable, then just go ahead and gently release that right arm. And then with an inhale, let's send that right arm up. Exhale, palm back to the earth, inhaling back into your tabletop. Exhale, pressing out through that left arm, through the left palm. Inhale the right arm up, and exhale, send the right arm under the left. And you're starting to feel that stretch in your right shoulder girdle right there on your back. And if you'd like to take that left arm and extend it out over your ear, you may, or bring it up and wrap it around, whatever your preference is. And as you exhale, roll that left shoulder open toward the ceiling. Then on your inhale, let's send that left arm up. Exhale that palm back to the mat and inhale back into tabletop. Let's go ahead and take that creative movement. Then we're going to come right into neutral here, and on your inhale, let's flip those toes. And exhale, let's send those hips up and back into our first downward dog. Let's go ahead and calibrate this. If you're feeling tight on those back of those legs, you can already start to pedal it out here if you need to. But our palms are pressing into the mat. Our triceps are spinning in toward our ears. Our head and neck are relaxed. If you'd like to give it a little rock from side to side, you can, but that head should feel nice and heavy. No strain in the back of that neck. Shoulders are sliding down your back, down away from your ears. As you inhale, belly button pulls in toward your spine, like you're scooping that belly in. Hips lift up toward the ceiling as high as you can stand it. As you exhale, those thighs press toward the back of the room. As those heels head toward the mat, continuing to pedal it out here if you need to. Eventually settling into this downward dog, settling into stillness. With your next inhale, really pull that belly button and lift those hips up. Start that little ocean wave in your lower back, rolling all the way forward into a plank. And then knees to the mat and come all the way down. We're going to start with that baby cobra. So slide those elbows right there by your chest. I'm sorry, hands are right there by your chest. Almost went into Sphinx instead. Inhale, lift through your heart. Shoulders slide back as you're, imagine like somebody's lifting you up through your shoulders. You should be able to take your hands off the mat here. Keeping that belly scooped in while your lower back, so you're not compressing into that lower back. And exhale, come on down. And again, inhale into that baby cobra. Gazing out in front of you if you can. Imagine you're leading with that heart's lifting. And release. This time, tucking our hands into our ribs, we'll come up as high as you can into cobra. So our legs are still on the ground here. Our arms are nice and long if you can stand it. Pelvis pulls forward. Feeling that nice stretch across our belly. And release. And again, inhale, lifting into our cobra. Or baby cobra, if this is a little too much for your lower back, baby cobra is always an option. And release. Now we're going to bring our arms onto our back, interlacing our fingers here. Let's see if you can keep those legs relaxed. The legs really like to get involved here. If you can keep them relaxed, great. If they get involved, no big deal. Inhale, lift through your heart, roll the shoulders back. Lift those arms off your back like your hands are pulling you up. And release. Now, if you'd like to go even further with this, you can turn your palms out if that works for you. And then inhale, lift. See if you can relax those glutes a little bit. And release. Bring those arms back to your side. Press those palms in, and now we're going all the way into upward dog. Lead with that heart. Roll those shoulders back. Pull that belly in. Scoop those hips forward. Thighs lift off the mat while the tops of our feet are pressing into the mat. And then rolling around our toes into our downward dog. Nice big inhale, nice smooth exhale as you really sink in here. And with your next inhale, walk those feet forward to meet your hands. Letting that top half of your body get heavy. Bend those knees if you need to. Let your belly rest on those thighs. Feet should be about hip distance apart. Toes and knees should be facing forward. Head and neck are relaxed. And let's go ahead and grab elbow to elbow here and take those gentle sways from side to side if they feel good to you. And then back through the center, release the arms, and with an inhale, slowly roll on up. Head and neck are the last thing to rise. Relaxing those shoulders away from the ears, fixing our pants as we become nice and tall. All right. Close your eyes here and see if maybe you're already in your mountain pose. I notice I'm leaning to my right a little bit, so I'm going to shift through my center here. Really pressing my feet into the mat, lifting through just a little lift through my quads because this is gentle flow. Pressing those feet in, belly pulls in, arms are off to the side. Taking some deep breaths here. Imagining you could breathe all the way to your feet, rooting into the feet as you inhale. And then exhale, you can kind of just relax, let your body just get heavy here if you need to, maybe move around a little bit. Press those feet in and inhale, get nice and long. And exhale, kind of just get a little relaxed and lazy here. One more time, inhale, feet press in, engaging through the legs, belly button pulls in. And exhale, keeping our body nice and strong here in our mountain pose now. Then inhale, let's sweep the arms on up, shoulders drop away from the ears, belly button pulls in, looking up through your hands if you like that. And exhale, hinge from those hips and fold forward. Head and neck are relaxed. We're going to move through some slow half sun salutations here. Inhale into your half lift. If you can start that little wave in your lower back, go ahead and do it that way. Looking out in front of you, belly button pulls in, shoulders are sliding away from the ears. A little soft bend in your knees here if you need it. Don't worry about walking out your legs or trying to get them nice and straight. Do what's comfortable. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are pressing into the mat and inhale, sweep your arms on up. And exhale those hands to your heart center. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale, half lift, flat back, looking ahead. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are pressing into the mat and inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale those hands back to your heart center. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are pressing into the mat, and inhale as you rise. Now we'll take a nice slow sun salutation A. Inhale those arms on up. Exhale, hinge from those hips as you fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back, looking ahead. Exhale, planting those hands and stepping back into your plank here, getting nice and strong in your plank. Belly button pulls in, trying to make that straight line from our heels all the way out to the tip of our head. Palms are pressing in. If you'd rather be on your knees, that is a-okay. Take a nice big inhale here and exhale. We're gonna come all the way down today, all the way to our bellies. Pressing our palms in, we're going to inhale into your personal preference, whether it be baby cobra, cobra, all the way into upward dog, whatever you like this morning. And we're going to roll around those toes and come on into our downward dog. Inhale, hips rise. Exhale, heels sink. And on your inhale, you're going to pull that belly button and start that rounding through your lower back as you step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are pressing into the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Again, inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat as you cruise into your plank. Inhale in your plank, exhale as you lower. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, belly button pulls in as you make that little wave through your back and make your way to the front of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are pressing in, and inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale those hands to your heart center. We're going to inhale the arms on up, but this time we're going to move into chairs. We make our way through sun salutation B. So remember, those hips hinge back. Try to keep those knees on top of our ankles. If you want to bring those toes up, that works better for you, that's okay by me. Pulling that belly button in, hands at your heart here, because we're doing the gentle version. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, looking ahead. Exhale, plant those hands and step back into your plank. Have an inhale here and exhale as you lower. Inhale into upward dog or cobra, baby cobra, whatever you like. Exhale, rolling around your toes into downward dog. Let's inhale that right leg on up, pulling it in. Make room for that leg as you bring that belly button and stepping that right foot between those hands or closer to that right thumb. Staying on the ball of your back foot, pressing out through that back thigh, and inhale, gently rise into your high lunge. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Feeling that left hip flexor stretch. Seeing if you can get that right thigh parallel to the mat. Then inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale those hands to the mat. Have an inhale here. And exhale, move through that vinyasa. So your plank, your plank to your chaturanga or all the way down, whatever you like. Inhale into upward dog. And exhale into downward dog. Focusing on our left leg now. Inhale that left leg on up. Exhale, make room as you bring that leg all the way through. Stepping that left foot by your left thumb. Pressing out through that back thigh. And inhale, come on up. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale. Nice smooth exhale. Tilting that pelvis forward to get that stretch Don't overdo it on your hip flexor. And inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale those hands to the mat. Have an inhale and exhale, flow through your vinyasa or head into downward dog, whatever you like. On your inhale, start that movement to the front of your mat, pulling that belly button in, stepping one leg forward and then the other into that forward fold. And then we're going to sweep those arms up into our chair and exhale, rise to stand. It's warm in here. Inhale the arms on up. Exhale into chair. Inhale in chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting those hands and stepping back into your plank. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, come on down. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale that right leg on up. Exhale, bring it all the way through. This time we're going to plant our back foot parallel to the side of the mat or to the back of the mat or parallel-ish. So make sure your knee follows your toes. Inhale those arms on up. And exhale, we're going to take that warrior two here. We're going to hang here for a couple of breaths. We're going to press into that right leg and inhale, lengthen here, coming into our triangle pose. And exhale, shift that torso forward and bring your right hand inside that left foot or onto a block, reaching up, looking up at those fingertips. And then on your exhale, you're going to sweep those arms down, bring them back to frame the foot, bending in, back into that front leg, keeping that knee on top of that ankle, pivoting on your back toe. Have an inhale here. Exhale, we're going to slide that right leg up and back. And then we're going to bring it all the way forward again as we bring our right knee to our right wrist, sliding that left leg back as we cruise into pigeon here. So depending on how tight that your piriformis is, or if you're having any sciatica trouble, make sure you're putting a blanket or a block or something under that right hip. Inhale, lifting through your heart here, pull that belly button in, sinking through those hips, and exhale, hinge forward. You can let your head rest on the floor if you like, getting comfortable here, whatever feels good. Couple more breaths as we sink into that right hip, just a little deeper here. Big breath in. Imagine you could breathe right into that hip space. And as you exhale, see if you can get it to relax just a little bit more. Pressing those palms into the mat. Inhale, lift through the heart. Flip that back toe, lift that back leg, and exhale, come into your downward dog. Inhale the left leg on up. Exhale, making room as you bring that leg all the way through, stepping that left foot out toward that left thumb, pivoting that back foot, and inhale, rise into warrior one, and then exhale, opening into your warrior two. Really pulling and lifting through that pelvic floor. Arms are long, fingertips are moving as far away from you as you can stand it. Pressing into that front foot, inhale, lengthen through that front leg. Exhale, shift that torso forward, bringing our left palm inside of our left foot or to a block, wherever you like, whatever feels good for you here. Gazing up at those fingertips. If the leg straight is too much, feel free to bend it. And exhale, let's sweep that right arm down. Hands frame the foot as you bend into that left leg, pivoting on that back toe. Have an inhale here, and exhale, send that left leg up and back. And then release that left knee to your left wrist, coming into pigeon on our left side. Hips are square to the mat or square-ish. If it's painful for you to really, it's forcing it to be forward, then do what's right for your body. If you need to open a little bit through that right hip, then open up a little bit. Make sure you're properly supporting that left side, and inhale, a little lift through the heart, and exhale, hinging forward. Letting your head and neck relax if that feels okay. Taking a nice big inhale, and exhale, release through that hip. With your next breath, imagine you're sending it into that left hip. And as you exhale, relax that left hip, softening that space, sinking a little deeper and closer towards your mat, or getting heavy on that block, whatever you got going on. Then exhale, plant those palms into the mat, and inhale, come on up, flipping our back toe, and exhale, sliding back into that downward dog. And with your next inhale, you're making your way to the front of the mat, pulling that belly button in, stepping forward into that forward fold. And then inhale those arms on up into your chair, and exhale, rising to stand. Inhale, let's sweep the arms on up. Exhale, hinge into that forward fold. This time we're just going to come into our half lift, and then forward fold. Press those feet in, and inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale those hands to your heart center. One more half sun salutation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feet are pressing in, and inhale, you're sweeping the arms on up, releasing those hands to your heart center. Now we're going to inhale and face the side of our mat. Come all the way to one side of our mat. Feet are pressing in, nice and tall. Inhale, and then exhale, let's step out to one side. Try to bring those feet parallel to the side of your mat here. We're lifting through those quads, our belly's scooping in, arms are off to the side. You can close your eyes here and notice how your body feels. Are you sinking through the knees? Are you locking out through the knees? Find what's comfortable. You should be a little soft through the knees here as those feet are pressing in. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And with your next exhale, we're going to hinge from those hips, coming into that flat back. And then coming all the way around if you can stand it. Imagine like your crown of your head is trying to connect with the ground. If your head does make it all the way to the ground, make sure you're not pressing your head into the ground. It's just a gentle touch. If you would like to place a block under your head or a bolster, you can do that. And then exhale, release those hands to the mat. See if you can come all the way to your forearms here. You should be feeling the stretch through those inner thighs. Again, keeping that belly button pulled in. Do not roll out on your ankles. If you're rolling out on your ankles, even it out through those feet. If it's just too much, then bring your feet closer together. Inhale into a half lift. Turn those fingers behind you and exhale, walk those hands back, opening up through those shoulders. Seeing if you could press those palms into the mat to give those arms a little deeper stretch and opening up the shoulders just a little bit more. And with your inhale, walk those hands back through the center, coming back into a half lift. This time as you exhale, take two fingers and stick them inside your big toe here. Now, if your arms don't make it all the way to your big toe, that's okay. Just bring them out as far as you can stand it. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hinging forward, letting that head, that crown move toward the ground, pointing your elbows to the outside like they're getting pulled from left to right, opening up to the top of your shoulders. Head and neck are relaxed. As you exhale, sink just a little bit deeper. And then exhale, release those hands back to the mat, bringing them back to the center. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, heel toe your feet back. It's a little more than hip distance apart, turning those toes to the outside. We're going to make our way into our squat from here. If you need to come all the way up and then move into squat, that is absolutely fine. Have an inhale here and exhale, sink through those hips. You might find you're a little further apart than you were able to do previously based on those leg stretches, but it's all personal preference. Adjust what you need to. Inhale, lift through the heart. Arms are pressing into the thighs. Thighs press back into the arms. And exhale, release those thighs. Bringing our hands behind us here, we're going to gently come onto our bottoms and then extend those legs out in front of us. Inhale, sit up tall. Feel your hips connecting. If you feel like your hips are lopsided, please, this is where a blanket is handy. Use a blanket or sit on a bolster, whatever feels good for you. You can sit at an angle, it's okay. And then inhale, we're sweeping the arms on up, reaching up, lifting those ribs off those hips. Exhale, extend long here at first, keeping a nice neutral spine. And then when you're ready, roll all the way around, reaching for those toes, backs of your feet. Inhale, lengthen through that heart, really push it forward. And exhale, sink toward those legs. Let that head and neck relax. Exhale, release those hands, and inhale, walk the hands on back. Exhaling at the top, I'm gonna go sideways here on my mat. And then on our inhale, we're going to move into boat. I know, right? Why would I do that to you on a Friday morning? Belly button pulls in, tilt that pelvis forward. Inhale, sweeping those legs up. Now remember, your boat can be right here, feeling nice and long, feel that deep center line connect. Your boat can be here, fingertips on the back of your legs, or arms off to the side, or tuck those two fingers inside your big toes and lengthen through your legs, finding your boat preference here. And with an exhale, gently bring the legs down and then release them out to a nice deep V here, as far wide out as you can stand it. Inhale, nice and long through that spine, tilting that pelvis forward. Exhale, sending those arms out until you could come on down and reach those toes. Inhale, lift through that heart, roll those shoulders back, and exhale, sink toward the floor. If bringing your hands out to your toes is too much, go ahead and bring them nice and long in front of you. Nice big inhale, leading with that heart, exhaling as we move toward the floor. And then exhale, release those hands, press those palms in and inhale, walk yourself on up. Exhale at the top and then inhale, we're cruising back into boat, whatever preference you prefer, finding your boat. Pushing out through those heels, dropping those shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, let's release those legs, but we're bringing them back out to that V. This time we're going to sweep the arms on up. Exhale, turning our shoulders toward our right foot. Inhale, lengthen through that spine, lifting those ribs off those hips, hinging forward, coming around as far as you can stand it. Keep that left hip on the mat. Inhale, lengthen through your heart here. Press that heart forward and sink toward that right leg or left, whatever you got going on. If reaching out for your foot's a little too much, let those arms come to your shin or to the floor, wherever you feel good. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sink a little more. Exhale, release those hands and inhale, come on up. Exhale at the top, inhale the arms on up. Exhale, squaring our shoulders toward the other side now. Inhale, lengthen one more time, and exhale, come on forward. Eventually coming all the way around, reaching for those toes. Roll that right hip back onto the mat. Every time you inhale, if you want to lengthen a little more, you can. And sinking a little deeper. And then release those hands and inhale, walk it on up. Exhaling at the top, inhale into your last boat. One more boat. I want us to remember that our abs are still alive, right? Push out through those heels, shoulders relax. And exhale, release those legs, eventually bringing them down to the mat. Now we're going to move into a one-legged forward fold. So a couple of things here. We're going to do a half hero's pose. And your one side will, the side that's in the half hero's pose will probably want to come up off the ground. So that's where you want your blankets, or you might want your blanket under your knee. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. So we're going to bring our legs out in front of us. Inhale, bring the left leg in. If you need to tilt to one side, you can. And then you're going to bring your left knee to your right knee, bringing that like a little half W here. If this is really strenuous for that left knee, or strenuous at all, a little bit or really strenuous, whatever, you want to support it. So this is where your blanket could come in handy, or a bolster, or just release it a little bit more. Or if it's just too much, you can connect that left foot in with that right thigh. So find what works for your body. You can also sit on a block and do this. It'll give you a little more angle, it'll give you a little more space, which might actually work a little bit better, especially if your hips are feeling tight and your knee is hurting. Then definitely sit on a bolster. Toes, your left toes are pointed to the outside. And then inhale, we're going to sweep those arms on up, nice and long. Ribs are lifting away from the hips. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. As you hinge forward, that left hip might try to come up. You might try to roll off to the side. So make sure you've got some support under there. Coming around as far as you can go. Maybe your hands are on the shin, the floor, your toes, whatever you got going on. Inhale, lengthen through your heart, and exhale, sink a little deeper. Now I know I'm really feeling this along my right hip. It's where it's really getting nice and deep. Take a nice big inhale and exhale, sinking a little more. And then release those hands to the mat. And inhale, walk it up. Hopefully that wasn't too intense for you. Now we're going to inhale, gently bring that left leg up and then slide it on around, taking care, making sure our knees are nice and comfortable. If you want to kind of massage through that leg a little bit, you can. And then inhale, let's bring that right leg up, step that foot out to the side just a little bit, and then right knee heads toward the left knee, pointing those toes out to the side. So now my right hip does not want to stay on the ground, so I'm putting that blanket, I'm sitting on that blanket, so I'm nice and flat through my hips. Toes are to the outside. Inhale, let's sweep those arms on up. And when you're ready, exhale, hinging forward. Be honest, it's a lot easier sitting on the blanket than it was sitting on the ground. Every inhale, heart presses forward. Every exhale, sinking a little deeper. Nice and deep in that left leg here along that left side. Remember, no pain here, just a deep stretch. So do not force that right knee to be in pain. Fix it if you need to. You can always bring that left foot into your right foot into the left thigh. And then palms to the mat. Inhale, come on up. And then with your next inhale, gently bring that right leg up. Exhale, bring it in front of you. Let's bring that left leg up and let's just take those little windshield wipers here. All right, and then let's go ahead and extend those legs. Actually, you can extend them and roll back, or you can give them a nice big hug and roll back. Your call here. However you'd like to make your way here into our final resting pose, taking those rocks from side to side, or more windshield wipers with those legs, or just a nice big stretch from your toes all the way out through your fingers, whatever feels good here. If you'd like to take supported fish as your final resting pose, you are welcome to do that. Supported fish, again, is with the block along our spine. Bringing it right here between the shoulder blades as you slowly roll around, letting that head and neck relax. Arms are relaxed at the side. Put a second block under your head if you need it. Arms can be above your head. The goal here is to find something that's comfortable and works for you that you feel like you can rest through. All right, take a nice big deep inhale here. And if you're hugging your legs in, as you exhale, let those legs get nice and long. Let the arms fall off to the side here and relax. Or to a T, you might even like your arms above your head. Sometimes that feels nice to really open through the sides of our body here. And take a nice deep inhale. Big releasing exhale here through your mouth. Big deep inhale. Big exhale. And as you exhale, relax those legs, relax those hips. Big breath in. Exhale, relax to the belly, relax to the shoulders. One more time. Big deep breath in. Then relax to your face and relax to that scalp. Let everything just get heavy. Sending those thoughts away on their little thought bubble. And then just relax right here. Clear that mind. You earn this rest. With your next breath, bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. We're going to lie here while I just read to you for just a moment. If you would prefer to sit up into a nice easy seat, you are free to do that. Otherwise, just continue to relax right here. Keeping your eyes closed. Feeling your breath entering and leaving your body. I wish you enough. I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun even more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive. I wish you enough pain so that the smallest joys in life may appear much bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wanting. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. I wish you enough hellos to get you through all those final goodbyes. We'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra. Again, you can continue to lie down or you can sit up. This is your call here. Namaste.